Also launching on January 11th, we have Skytear Horde, and this plays 1 to 3 players. It takes just 30 minutes to play. And this is a really interesting one for a few reasons. This one's inspired by tower defense video games, but then it plays similarly to one of those head-to-head card battlers like Keyforge. The thing that really sets this apart from all those games is that this one was designed first and foremost as a solo or cooperative game. But if you are also interested in competitive, this does offer it as well in a one versus many mode. But the way that this game works is you're going to mix and match a few choices at the start of the game. You're going to be choosing a castle to defend, but then you're also going to be choosing your legendary heroes that you're going to be using to rally your troops with, and then you're going to be choosing the alliance decks that you want to include in the game. And there are a few different pre-made decks that you can choose from, but as you get more familiar with the game, you can also mix some of these decks together and create different varieties that don't come exactly pre-made out of the box. And to play the game, you're going to be going up against hordes of monsters that are swarming from a spawn gate. And you're going to be defending in 6 different lanes, and this picture outlines a little bit of what that looks like. Different monsters are going to be approaching through different lanes, and you're going to be issuing your cards out into the play area, and then any cards that are in line with another monster in that lane are going to go head to head and attack each other. But if there is not a monster in that lane, then you're going to instead attack the spawn gate that the monsters are coming from, and your goal is to try and destroy that gate. But if there's any monsters that are in a lane that you are not defending, then they're going to be able to strike your castle. And of course you lose if your castle is destroyed or if you run out of cards. And the interesting thing about this game is that you do not draw cards every time it is your turn. Instead, you earn cards by performing different feats in the game and destroying different monsters. So you really want to keep that in mind, and you really have to manage the cards that you have and try not to lose them carelessly. And that definitely can happen because there are smaller monsters that can come out of that spawn gate, but rather than going into the typical lanes to attack you, they're going to go around the lanes and just start pilfering your castle. These monsters don't stick around too long and they'll leave on their own, but if you allow them to do that, they're going to be stealing a few cards of yours, which are a precious commodity in this game. So you might want to attack them as well to try and stop them in their tracks. If you survive long enough and you're able to take out those spawn gates, then eventually you're going to be going up against the outsider, which is sort of a final boss in this game. And this is going to be an epic showdown where if you come out successful, you will win the game. And this is one of those games that kind of came out of nowhere for me. I wasn't keeping an eye on this game, but as I did more and more research to do this video, I just got more and more interested in this game, and everything I'm seeing from it looks really solid. And a cooperative card battler is not a game that I currently have in my collection, so there's definitely a spot for this one. And I'm really interested to learn more on the mechanisms of how you earn cards in this game, because that's something that I really haven't seen before and sounds really cool. This campaign will also be including their original Skytear game, so if you're interested in that as well, this is also a great time to jump in on that. And if you are interested in this at all, I highly recommend clicking that Notify Me button, because this has a really nice early bird with an entire promo deck that you'll get absolutely for free. And just a small teaser here, but the price on this one is pretty reasonable as well. And yes, you can go crazy on the deluxeification if that's what you're interested in.